Hey guys, what's up? This is B coming to you from Guns and Accessories today. I'm going to do an ammo score video for you today. Today is July 11th, 2014. I'm making this late tonight, about 11:30 at night. So I scored all of this today. Well, actually some of it was ordered online and I picked it up today. But I'm going to show that to you also, and then some other stuff that I was able to get. So first thing is I went to Cabela's to pick up my online order, and in my online order I was able to get my Federal Champion and 22 Plinkster. I saw him saying that this is his favorite stuff, his go-to stuff, and since he said that, I have not been able to find this, but I was able to finally score some of this. And I guess the reason is that he goes back to it is because it's just cheap, but it's also reliable stuff. So definitely like this, because I know I like it because I like the other standard bulk stuff. So this is probably going to be some good stuff. And then I also got some of this 22 Cyclone Remington in that online order. What had happened is earlier in the day I'd put this stuff, because it came through that this was available. I put this in my cart. Then it wasn't much longer after that this came through. I raced through to check out and forgot that this was in here. I probably wouldn't have got that, but I did. But anyways, the Champion, Federal Champion 525 from Cabela's was $23.99, and this Cyclone stuff was $3.99. So that's just right at 8 cents a round. So I probably wouldn't have bought it for that if I remembered that was in there. But really, I didn't care because I was just trying to race through to be able to get a box of this stuff. So that's the first thing I went and grabbed today. Was I went over to my Cabela's so I could pick that up. Of course, I checked shelves. They had all kinds of ammo, but of course, the little section they had at my Cabela's for 22 was empty. There was nothing on the shelf for that at all. While I was there, I noticed the guy had a big old box, probably 10 boxes of CCI standard Velocity. So I don't know. I saw the lady bringing that out to him, and I asked him. I said, "Did you order that online?" Because I was making sure there wasn't something in the back or something. He said, "Yeah, I got it online." So, anyways, got that from Cabela's. Went over to Gander Mountain to check their shelves and see if they had anything. They didn't have anything on the shelf. They did have a few boxes of 22 Win Mag, but no standard LR or anything else. And I know why they call it Gouger Mountain. Today while I was over there, I noticed, I think it was, it was some AR-15 mags. I noticed that on their AR-15 mags, they were more expensive on their mags than my local farm and ranch store. My local farm and ranch store has 7 or 8 stores total. And my local farm and ranch store had those mags cheaper than what Gander Mountain does. And I guarantee my local farm and ranch store doesn't have the buying power whatsoever that Gander Mountain does. But anyways, they were cheaper on those AR-15 mags. And their ammo was just ridiculous on everything else on the shelf. But anyways, so that was my first score. So there was nothing on the shelf at Cabela's, nothing on the shelf at Gander. And in fact, I even went back later in the day to Gander, just swing by just to see, because I did that a little bit before lunch. And then I went later in the day, probably 5 or 6, somewhere around there, just to see if maybe they'd got some in on a Friday, put it on the shelves, and still hadn't got anything. So nothing at Cabela's, nothing at Gander Mountain. So later in the day, I wasn't even thinking about it. I decided I was going to swing over by Academy and see what they've got, see if they just go look at their stuff. And Academy had some ammo in stock. So, and probably the reason for that is their limit on stuff. So their limit at my local Academy is you can either get 1 bulk pack or you can get 100 bullets, or 100 cartridges basically. So you can get 2 50-round boxes, or you can get 1 bulk, and that's it. So I got a box of this Federal Auto Match, and Academy is $17.99 on that. And while I was there, I decided to try one of these. I've seen Hickok 45 use these. His is like a like a neon orange. So I saw these $6. I thought, I'll give those a shot just to see how they work. Because one problem with the earmuffs is whenever I put a rifle up on my shoulder and lean over to sight down the rifle, a lot of times it's bumping up against my earmuffs. So I'm gonna try these and see if that's gonna help that out anymore. But was able to pick up my box here of Federal Auto Match. And so that was it for that. Now, my wife was over shopping at the mall, and once I got out in the parking lot, I called my wife up, and I said, once you get done there, I'm going to bring you over here to Academy, and I want you to grab me some. So she came over and got me a couple of boxes of CCI Blazer. So I got me 2 boxes of those. Saw there it was $2.69 a box for these. And whenever I said Academy had in some stock, they had in stock behind the counter. This is the way it is at most academies that I've been to. They have the kind of a wire front to the counter back behind there where they can lock stuff up back behind there, and they had tons of 22 ammo. They had CCI Blazer, they had CCI Mini Mag, they had CCI Standard Velocity. Let's see, they had some Winchester. I think they had some Winchester Super X. I can't even remember now. They had some Aguila, also a bunch of Aguila, but there's no telling. They probably had 20 or 30,000 rounds underneath that counter. They had tons and tons of rounds. So they definitely had some in stock. So I don't know. Maybe stuff is starting to free up a little bit more. So we did that. I got this myself. Had my wife to get this. So after we did that, we went and did some more shopping. We went and ate supper. And I didn't show you on the receipt here of this, but when she bought this, after I got it from the mall and brought it over there, that was at $5.15. So after that happened, thought, all right, that's good. I wasn't expecting to be able to get any of this today, so I thought that was good. But then after we ate supper, I thought, you know what? I wonder maybe if possibly there's somebody different behind the counter. So yep, I did a double dip and was able to score some more ammo. So like I showed you there at $5.15, whenever she bought this Blazer, I thought, yeah, there's probably not much chance. I bet it's going to be the same guy. But there was totally different guys behind the counter at that point. I don't know if the other guy was in the store somewhere else or whatever, but I hadn't seen those guys before, and so we were good on that. So when I went back, got me a sleeve of Mini Mag. This is the standard 40 grain stuff, and then 2 Standard Velocity. So got me a box of 40 grain Mini Mag, and got me 2 boxes of the Standard Velocity. So there you go. That's what I was able to score today. Pretty happy with that. Of course, I would like to have gotten all of this in just 2 bulk packs and been able to get more than that. But anyways, I was definitely happy with what I was able to score today. Thanks for watching.